Loving yourself after a breakup involves understanding self-love, neurological foundations, external validation dependency, disruption, and internal affection, reconstruction processes that restore sense of inherent worthiness following relationship loss. Self-love isn't just emotional concept, but specific neurological state involving prefrontal cortex self-evaluation circuits, ventral striatum self-reward processing, and anterior cingulate self-compassion activation that get disrupted when relationships end. Understanding these neurological foundations explains why breakup can make you feel fundamentally unlovable and provides systematic approach to rebuilding internal affection independent of relationship validation. First, understand external affection dependency. Research from Naomi Eisenberger's Social Pain Research at University of California, Los Angeles shows that relationships provide consistent external affection that becomes neurologically integrated into self-love assessment. When relationship ends, this affection source disappears, creating neurological deficit where brain lacks external confirmation of lovability. Second, recognize rejection misinterpretation as lovability deficit. Studies from Kristin Neff's self-compassion research at University of Texas show that brain often interprets relationship ending as evidence of personal unlovability rather than relational incompatibility. This cognitive distortion creates feeling of being fundamentally unlovable based on relationship outcome rather than accurate self-assessment. Third, identify prefrontal self-affection impairment. Research from Amy Arnsten's prefrontal cortex research at Yale University shows that acute stress following breakup reduces prefrontal cortex capacity for self-affection by 30%. This impairment creates cognitive bias toward negative self-evaluation, making it difficult to access accurate sense of inherent lovability. Fourth, understand ventral striatum self-reward disruption. Studies from Wolfram Schultz's dopamine prediction research at University of Cambridge show that ventral striatum activity correlates with sense of personal lovability. Relationship loss reduces this activity by up to 40%, creating subjective experience of diminished lovability that feels neurologically real. Fifth, recognize anterior cingulate self-compassion processing. Research from Richard Davidson's affective neuroscience research at University of Wisconsin shows that anterior cingulate cortex processes self-compassion signals. Relationship rejection creates processing bias towards self-criticism, amplifying feeling of being unworthy of self-love in broader psychological context. Now, why self-love requires specific reconstruction? First, affection source diversification reduces dependency. Studies from John K. Tiapo's loneliness research at University of Chicago show that developing multiple affection sources, self-care activities, friendships, creative expressions, reduces external affection dependency by 50%. Each additional source creates neurological alternative to relationship-based love assessment. Second, cognitive restructuring corrects misinterpretation. Research from Aaron Beck's cognitive therapy research at University of Pennsylvania shows that challenging distorted thoughts about lovability increases prefrontal self-affection accuracy by 40%. Developing balanced perspectives, relationship ended due to incompatibility, not my inherent lovability, creates neurological foundation for accurate self-assessment. Third, prefrontal support enhances self-affection. Studies from Dan Siegel's interpersonal neurobiology research at UCLA show that mindfulness practices and self-compassion exercises increase prefrontal activation by 35%. Enhanced prefrontal function improves capacity for balanced self-assessment, reducing cognitive bias toward negative self-evaluation. Fourth, ventral striatum activation restores lovability experience. Research from Anna Lemke's Dopamine Nation research at Stanford University shows that engaging in personally rewarding activities increases ventral striatum activity by 30%. This activation creates subjective experience of increased lovability through neurological reward system engagement independent of relationship. Fifth, anterior cingulate recalibration reduces self-criticism. Studies from Kristin Neff's self-compassion research at University of Texas show that practicing self-compassion recalibrates anterior cingulate processing bias. Each self-compassion practice reduces tendency toward self-criticism by approximately 10%. Sixth, Self-care as self-love expression. Research from Nadra Tawwab's Boundary Research shows that consistent self-care practices increase sense of inherent lovability by 40%. Treating oneself with care creates neurological evidence of deserving love, countering breakup-induced worthlessness feelings. Seventh, achievement independent of relationship validation. Studies from Martin Seligman's positive psychology research at University of Pennsylvania show that pursuing achievements independent of relationship provides self-love foundation. Each accomplishment creates neurological evidence of personal capability and worth independent of partner's validation. Eighth, mirror work activates self-love circuits. Research from Michael Merzenek's neuroplasticity research at University of California, San Francisco shows that practicing mirror work, looking yourself in eyes while expressing affection, activates self-love neural pathways by 25%. This practice creates direct neurological connection between visual self-recognition and affection circuits. Ninth, gratitude for personal qualities. Studies from Robert Emmons's gratitude research at University of California, Davis show that practicing gratitude for personal qualities increases ventral striatum activity by 30%. Acknowledging your strengths creates neurological reward independent of external validation. 10th, patience with self-love timeline. Research from Richard Tedeschi's post-traumatic growth research at University of North Carolina shows that self-love reconstruction typically requires 3 to 6 months of consistent practice. Understanding this timeline reduces frustration while supporting gradual neurological rebuilding of internal affection capacity. Your lovability exists independent of relationship. Studies from Bessel van der Kolk's trauma research at Harvard Medical School show that inherent worthiness represents neurological reality not dependent on relationship validation. Recognizing this reduces relationships' power to define your lovability while supporting internal affection development. Understanding creates self-love navigation. Research from Stephen Hayes' Acceptance and Commitment. Therapy research shows that comprehending self-love's neurological basis reduces self-blame while increasing capacity for targeted reconstruction approaches. Knowledge transforms painful relationship loss into pathway for authentic self-love development. And hey, before you go, there's a 3D game called Inner Phoenix. You walk through it like a quiet temple with rooms for what you're observing about self-love patterns, what you're feeling in the lovability waves, what you need for affection support, and what you might try next for your self-love journey. It was made for exactly these moments when loving yourself after a breakup feels overwhelming. No pressure. It's in the description below whenever you're ready. If this video helped explain how to love yourself after a breakup, would you do me a favor? Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support helps these videos reach others navigating these particularly challenging self-love reconstruction processes.